Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and replace a rear window regulator on this 2006 Nissan Sentra. Pretty much the same procedure for any 2000 to 2006 Sentra. We show you the driver's rear, the passenger's rear is the same process. Tools you'll need for the job are flat blade screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, a 10mm wrench or a socket with ratchet extension. Socket with ratchet extension is really the way to go. A putty knife and a T20 Torx driver.
Okay, to remove this, there's a little Phillips kind of clip in here. You can just turn it lightly with a Phillips screwdriver. If it doesn't come out, you don't want to press on it, and it should come right out. If it doesn't come out, you might want to pry on it with a small flat blade screwdriver. But this does end up coming right out. Now here, you want to pull up on this. That whole thing comes out, and then you pull up on this, and you can disconnect your window switch. Press a button right there. You may find that you need to use a small screwdriver. Press on the button, pull off. Use a screwdriver here. You'll want to gently pry out on this bezel, on the bottom, on the top, and on the bottom. Okay. And then on the back here as well. Okay, right here there's two bolts. They have Phillips heads in them, but they may be easier just to use a 10mm wrench. Once those are off, you can reach right down here. You feel a hole in the door panel. Okay, just give a good, quick, firm pull. Okay, that releases the clips. There's one more clip right up in here. Okay, once those clips are released, then lift up on the door panel. Bring it right out.
Next, you'll want to carefully remove the water and sound insulation, and I use actually a putty knife to pretty much scrape through. It's like a butyl bead that they use to stick this on. Sometimes it kind of comes right off. You'll probably get 6 or 8 inches that come right off, and then 6 or 8 inches that you really have to work on. But you want to avoid ripping and tearing this insulator.
Okay, we're going to use our 10mm socket with the ratchet extension. I'm going to remove this brace right here first. Right down here is your connection. You want to squeeze on the inside and outside. Okay. And then pull down, disconnect. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbolt the motor and regulator, slide the window down, and then unbolt the window from the regulator.
Now fast forward here as I just remove the 4 bolts that hold the motor bracket to the door.
Okay, so that comes down, and there is a bolt right here that you can see quite easily. I'll remove that. Okay, and then there's one. Okay, now without the extension, there's another bolt right in here. I'm going to hold the window up, and I'm going to use my socket ratchet and remove this bolt right in here. Okay, and now I'm going to just kind of hold the window up out of the way, grab hold of my regulator. It comes right out, and I can slowly let my window down. Okay, a lot of times what happens with these is this joint up here actually comes apart or breaks. So what I'm going to do is remove the motor from the regulator. And you can see I've got my switch installed. I'm going to plug my motor back in. Make sure I get it right here. Okay, and then I'm going to carefully, I've got my key on already. I'm going to carefully go up. Okay, you can see there's a Torx screw here and a Torx screw here I'm going to remove. I'm going to unplug here and turn off my key again. Okay, now you want a T20 Torx bit. This is a 1/4 inch ratchet bit, so I can remove these two screws. Now you want to plug this back in and turn your key back on. Okay, and carefully run this down. Okay, you can see the last screw. Disconnect that. Take the screw out. Okay, and now your motor comes off your old regulator. Here's the new regulator from 1A Auto. It's just like the old one. We're going to kind of bring it out here so we can see another screw hole there. Put the motor on. Okay. Start in one bolt. And this one here. Plug this in. And carefully run it down. I'm going to unplug it right now and put this third one back in. Okay, now you're going to want to lift your window up. Okay, you'll actually want to put, let's see, you're going to want to put this bolt in, just start it into place. Keep the window up out of the way. Slide our regulator in here. bolt in that's resting right there right now. And take another bolt, put this up into place, start that in.
And I'm going to fast forward here all I do is I start the rest of the bolts in, let the window slide down and meet the regulator, make sure it meets the track correctly, and then just put those 4 bolts in and tighten them up nice and firm.
Okay, turn the key back on and carefully run this up a little bit. I can see my bracket there. Line it up. Put that bolt in. I'm going to run it up a little more here. Have a good angle at this bolt here. You can't really film it, but you just reach in and put this bolt in place. Okay, so you can see I unplugged the switch. I've actually turned the key off as well, and you just want to start that bolt right in there.
And here I'm just going to fast forward as I tighten up that last bolt that holds the regulator to the window, and then I put the brace back in place and bolt that in place and tighten it up as well. Put the insulation and water shield back on, feed your window harness through it, and then make sure that the 2 holes that are kind of in the middle there line up, and then press the perimeter on.
Reinstall your panel and bring it up, line it up. Okay, and you got to really push in the back here and slide it down into place. Okay. And you just kind of use your putty knife. Basically just kind of pry this part right up. Okay, now just reach down, make sure that your power window harness comes through. Okay, then you can set all the clips around the edge. And your 2 bolts. Usually just reinstall them with a screwdriver is good enough. Plug your switch back in. Front goes down in first. Then this goes right in. Make sure you press it down firmly, get it all locked in, and then this goes right around the door handle. Again, make sure it's locked on firmly. And then lastly, this, you just push it right back into place.
We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.